Yeah, I legit walked around for like 3 days thinking that people were really excited about the American South and the American North fighting.
Dear brother, the ambassador from Wakanda has been killed. Not quite.
Was that your Tony Stark voice?
Is that my Stark voice? Not quite.
That was dead on.
Yeah, take repulsive ray. I like how that frames it as a guy.
Hey, I'm repulsive ray.
Hey, my butt's always hanging out and I smell like fish. Nobody wants to be around me.
I know, I'm repulsed by you, repulsive ray.
What am I covered with? It's not sweat, but you can't see it.
I got sardines all over my dick. Look.
I got it trapped in the can and I could never get it off.
I was trying to get a can of sardines open with my dick. Long story.
But long story. Actually not. I lost the key.
Yeah, I lost the key and it was hard. So it made sense. It's hanging like a hammer. Figured I'd use it like a hammer. Didn't work out. Now I got sardine dick. And I'm Tony Stark's sidekick.
Why women are always handing things to men to get them open. It's just sheer lack of dick that we've got going on.
Well, I've heard that there are some tribes in Africa who have clits so big that they can open sardine cans.
Yeah, as long as they get a running start.
There's certain tribes of monkey that can actually open sardine cans with their clits as well as make love.
During lesbian episodes, Japanese macaques will often open as many as 3 cans of sardines in a row.
Yeah. Gotta have all that energy for all that hot meerkat sex. Dive into that mere pussy. That did it then.
Well, not all of you can dive into the mere pussy. One of you has to stand guard.
Man the bellows.
Yeah, like he's poking out.
Yeah, just stick your dick up above the ground and like crane it around like a telescope.
Yeah. People just throw sardine rings at it. Like horseshoes. Yeah. I never actually put my dick near a sardine. I don't know where this came from, but I never will. Like, it sounds really gross. If you had to choose, both of you guys, like, and I know, Jay, that you don't have a dick, but like, let's say you did.
Let's just use what I would do if I had a dick.
Let's not start that can of worms yet. Let's just like use an all-purpose phrase like genitals. If you like, would you rather have your genitals buy some sardines or your mouth?
My mouth.
For how long?
Yeah. Oh, like an extended period of time, like a mask.
Wait a minute. So you're talking about the difference between a sardine helmet and a sardine codpiece? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many sardines? Like one sardine?
A can worth.
A can worth. Okay.
Yeah. And like a can too, not like a fresh one from the ocean. Like, swimming in oil, eat the spines and all style.
Yeah, my mouth. Like, no question.
Oh, my dick. No question. No, we don't have to smell it.
Yeah. It's I could see arguments for both, which is why it makes such a good would you rather question.
Flight or invisibility, that's so 2009.
Yeah, no, this is when we create these devices, we're going to revolutionize the art of those. You have to use all this stuff somehow, Cole. I don't know how you're going to edit this in.
Oh, it'll go in after the post roll. Don't worry.
It's gonna be like 6 minutes of after the post roll.
I know.
We'll have to accommodate for this. I'm tempted to say that this is the randomization, and we just say our names and just go.
Oh, okay.
And just move into it because I don't want to reset.
True. Yeah. Let's not squander this speed.
Yeah. This is so, and then we opened up the Dick Sardines and it was Barbie Horse Adventures.
Yeah.
Wild Horse Rescue.
We're getting the running start into this podcast episode that Barbie's horse did not get over that fucking goddamn bridge.
Yeah. Yeah. I am Gary Butterfield.
I am Cole Ross.
I'm Jenni Polodna.
And you're listening to Abject Suffering, the show where we play, quite frankly, the best game I played out of this crop, weirdly enough. Why are you doing this to us, specifically you, Jenny?
Yeah.
So I had been curious about this game because I'd heard it was terrible, and then I found a copy at PRGE. Spent probably way too much money on it. 10 entire American dollars.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like $610.
It was one of the ones that keep in the case.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's right next to the Misadventures of Tron Bonne. And you walked up to us holding it forward as though it was like some kind of Zelda item, and like, hey guys, guess what we're gonna do?
This has been planned for a long time. I'm glad we were able to get you back on, though, Jenny. For people who don't know, Jenny is our friend and also one of the co-hosts of Video Games Taco.
And Clash of the Taipans.
Clash of the Taipans, and is a delightful human being.
Thank you.
You're one of my favorites.
Really good to be back on. I like you guys a lot.
Yeah, well, we enjoy having you.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Is there real quick, and this is not goofy and about genitals of any kind. Do you think you'll make it back this year for the show?
If I can, I will. Yeah.
Okay. No pressure.
One of the highlights of my year, honestly.
Oh yeah, same here.
It's very fun. So I hope that it is hard for me to imagine it without you. You should definitely.
Well, thanks.
If you're able to. Yeah. Yay. And we, for people who are listening, we record these in batches of 3. And I'm not kidding. Like, this is the best of the 3 games I did. Like, I had a mild amount of fun playing Barbie Horse Adventures Wild Horse Rescue.
It was definitely the most fun to make observations about.
Yeah, that's a guarded sideways way to compliment something for sure. That's a good back of the box quote.
Yep. Oh boy, a sight to behold.
Yeah.
Cole Ross.
Fun to make observations.
So did you guys not have problems with the terrible twin stick horse controls? Was that just me?
I didn't have that much trouble. It's I don't think that there's ever been a horse in a game that controls really well.
Sure.
I have you know how there are certain people who are have those like gigantic rigs for flight simulators and the like.
Mm-hmm.
I got one of those for horse games, so I just hooked up my Naymaster 5000 and just sat on it, and then was able to do direct one-to-one horse control.
Just so the viewer knows, Gary, he rented a truck. He stole one of those ceramic horses out from the front of a Kmart, the ones that go up and down, and then he just glued a Xbox 360 controller to it. We patronize him. I'm gonna unmute your channel, Gary. Yeah, Gary, that thing's pretty great.
It's my reins.
I'm going to mute his channel again. He just sits there and goes "wee" all day long. It doesn't really matter if it's plugged in or not. Jenny,
oh my God, that's so sad.
It's cute in its way. Or I'm going to unmute Gary's channel. Okay, yeah, no, it's
muting my channel just means I can't talk. I can still hear you.
Fuck.
Oh.
But I'm just silent. I'm just agreeing with you guys. So you're just covering up me going,
Yep.
That's me.
Yep.
Yep. Yup. Pounding my fist. Yup.
Okay, so Jenny, categorize or quantify the trouble that you had with the horse controls here.
Quantify. Well, for one thing, I felt like they were way too loose. Like I would be going straight and I would try to turn just like the slightest bit, like the most minimal motion I could make with my thumb, and I would be running completely into a wall. And then the second problem, so the running into the wall was exacerbated by the horse's huge goddamn hitbox. Why is that a thing?
He's a horse. There's a really big hitbox on that horse.
Yeah.
Well,
like
and also very
box.
narrow lanes. Like, yeah, this is not a free roaming game at all.
No.
Like when I think of horses, I think like Hyrule Field, for better or worse. Like this is not that.
Yeah. And if you ever get off that horse, Barbie's walking speed.
Ooh, and boy, you have to get off the horse a lot.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, I just stopped doing it. The only time I got off the horse was to make Barbie get soaked in skunk. Like I just wanted
you bet your ass I antagonized that porcupine.
Yeah, the porcupine and the skunk. I was just like, okay, Barbie's gonna get off here and take a spray, and then she's gonna get back on Buttercup and go back to the rescue.
Nice. Oh man, you guys found Buttercup?
I don't know if I had Buttercup. I can't remember the name of the one because you start out with one horse, but then the catching them all is a real appeal of this game.
Yeah, Buttercup, I think, is the Knights of the Round of this one. I think you have to, ironically enough, fight a lot of chocobos for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the beginning horse's name? Does anybody remember?
Blossom.
Blossom. There we go.
Oh, weird. Is there also a Bubbles?
Oh, that would. Yeah, that's an uncharacteristic Easter egg for a game of this kind of like tone. This is not. There's no like winking in this, other than the winking that the mares do.
I don't think any of these people physically can wink.
No, these models.
Yeah. So there's been plenty said about the strange appearance and proportion of Barbie dolls. So I'm not going to do that. However, I will say that transferred to a 3D model that has to move, it appears utterly horrifying.
It does look
really
worse.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was noticing in the opening cinematic, I was like, Barbie's boobs aren't jiggling at all. And then I thought about it. I'm like, no, they wouldn't, would they?
So everything about her animation actually looks like it was run through committee to desexualize it as much as possible, except for the way she looks when she's standing still. Because her running animation, she doesn't so much run as she has her knees kind of like tied together and rotates her feet outward in semicircular motions.
And her standing still animation is hot as fuck. Like that committee just made her moving around be a total boner buster. However, every time she's standing still, it's just like
Sproing Town. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a comment like women are not sexy if they are at all autonomous. Like if they are capable of walking across the room, just there goes my boner.
The horses look weird in this too, though. Everything is of a piece at the very least.
Yeah.
Because the intro, like there's a lot to talk about in this game. The intro is framed like a survival horror game.
Yup.
Like it looks like terrible things are like these horses are going to like. I thought that the Barbie girls were going to be sieged inside this horse ranch, and the horses were going to try to get in. Because that's 100% like no one would be blamed for thinking that's what happens after the cutscene.
The emphasis is on wild horse.
There are a bunch of scenes like from outside windows looking in, like they're straight up Resident. I'm watching it again right now in mute. Like it is a Resident Evil shot. Like there are a lot of Resident Evil like shots directly from Resident Evil. Somebody is watching these girls. It is probably a horse.
Totally set up some horse revenge stuff by having the old lady say, "Oh, horses don't mind a little rain."
I wrote that.
And then Barbie leans in and goes, "This one does."
And then she turns into a horse. Like the girl from the Zoo Chase video. I say Zoo Chase, Zoo Race. Sorry.
Yeah. Zoo Chase.
Chase. I'd play that.
Yeah. I wrote down horses don't mind a little rain as horse facts. So there you go. You can apply that to your everyday horse life.
I did learn a lot about horses from this. So, one of the things that we didn't talk about too, in addition to the story, it rains and the horses run away, and you have to go through these mandatory tutorials, which I love. They tutorialize and make mandatory the dress up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like before you leave, you have to change your outfit. Before you leave, you have to choose your horse, even though you can only have one. But Barbie keeps a running commentary on everything she does, including menu navigation.
Yeah.
And when you're making a horse, like she comments on it, and it's amazing because she's like, "That's a good horse. What a cool horse. That's a pretty color. What a mane." Like it is.
Not
really
everything
great.
can be good, Barbie.
She's very supportive. Like I want to have this as like a Barbie homunculus on my shoulder that just encourages me no matter what I'm doing.
I'm sure there's some kind of like daily Barbie affirmations.
Oh yeah.
It's like, looking good. You're my main man. Math is hard.
Yes.
Wow, that one slipped in too.
Why is he so hard? Why does he talk like a caveman?
Barbie, where is Mathis right now?
Math is hard. No, but where is he? Math is hard.
True confession, you guys. Being told I'm doing a good job at something is one of my ASMR triggers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That plays into part of me when we were going to have you on the show thought about like we could get to the bottom of our ASMR mysteries. But then I feel like we're doing Barbie's Horse Adventure Wild Horse Rescue disservice.
Yeah.
A special report later.
Yeah. When you guys hit the $200,000 a month mark, we can have an entire podcast where I just explain ASMR to you and you don't believe me.
I don't believe you. It is not that. It is still just strange from an outsider. It is not that
Sure.
I think you're lying. I definitely don't think that.
Although Gary, in Slack last night, I was sitting down, Jenny was having a conversation, I think with Serg, about ASMR and sharing videos. And I was like, yeah, I only have a couple of analogs. Apparently the tingles feel like piss shivers.
I've had piss shivers before.
Yeah. So you're having ASMR.
I've never wanted piss shivers though.
Right.
I guess maybe that's part of the puzzle I'm missing. I have that and I'm like, ugh. Ah.
I've never had piss shivers. Maybe you only get one.
Yeah.
Piss shiver.
Yeah. I actually don't know this, and the fact that you've never had one means I can't find this out. And it would totally make sense for them to, but I don't know if ladies have piss shivers. I don't know why they wouldn't. I've never.
Ladies, write in.
That.
Yeah. Yes. Everybody, okay, everybody.
Email pissshiver at Duckfeed.tv.
Okay, I just need you to carry around a journal and then mark down the time and intensity on a 1 to 7 scale of your piss shivers, and then mail them to P.O. Box Duckfeed.tv, P.O. Box 27105, Cincinnati, Ohio 45227.
Yep. It's the
Senpai, document my pee shivers.
Yeah. It's the urinal journal. I like it. Yeah, I definitely had piss shivers, so it's good to know what that feeling is, because that happens to me sometimes.
Yeah.
So you're peeing and then you shiver?
It's just like a
yeah. It works both ways. So I've never experienced ASMR, but somebody who has both tells me that this is what that is. So think about it as ASMR, but in your not necessarily in your dinger, but in the area and around. So your
the sardine area.
Yeah, in the sardine zone. And kind of moving up your back. But
it starts on the foreside, quickly moves aft, and then goes probably up to the small of your back. Sometimes you get a shoulder one, and that causes aim issues.
Yeah, because then you kind of shake, it's like
it's like somebody walked right behind you. Yeah,
yeah. It doesn't feel, but it doesn't I've never thought of it as something I wanted to seek out. It doesn't happen so often that I'm I don't dislike it. It's just kind of oh, that was a novelty. That was an interesting pee. And then I go back to my normal pees. Yeah. After that.
I take some issue with this game because it's called Wild Horse Rescue, but these are some tame ass horses who just got out of their pen.
Yeah.
Also, the ponies are just sized down horses, which I know that pony fowls are small horses, but they don't look exactly the same. These just look like you grab their corner in MS Paint and drag them in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, never take me or my son to the safe zone ever again.
Me and my son don't mind rain.
Still funny 6 weeks later.
Yeah.
Although I've become fond of Dat Boy.
Everybody loves Dat Boy. Dat Boy hasn't worked on me yet. I'm not calling you out. It's not
no.
The memes I like are cool and relevant. The memes you like
I like a frog on a unicycle. That tickles me. But
yeah. I think the original picture is funny. I think it has slightly less broadening it with a new image or something. Which I'm seeing that the me or my son has literally limitless possibilities for a picture of a thing and a smaller thing.
Did you see the one Steve Gaynor just tweeted with the one big zebra with a bird on its back and the 3 smaller zebras with the birds on their backs?
It's real good.
Yeah.
And it's also, I like it because it's a variation of the I Am Pupper meme, which I liked anyway.
Yep. So. And it has the whole familial thing. I'm just imagining the insult that this dad has felt.
Yeah.
Toward him and his lineage.
And I like that it started with the "Don't Tread on Me" thing, which is in the family of memes is one of my favorites because people who use that unironically, it's so fucking stupid.
Please no steppy.
No steppy.
Please no steppy.
In the meme corner.
I almost bought a shirt of that. I didn't though. But yeah, watching this thing again, she's just coming up on the first foal, and it definitely just looks like a tiny horse. In a way that a foal does not. It's really weird.
So a baby horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, horse facts.
This is a good horse. What a cool horse.
I'm a little bit insulted because you have a couple of different outfit kind of things, but like, why tease me with the existence of multiple horses, especially since the only difference seems to be the name. Right, you can
customize them.
Yeah, I can take Blossom and or Mojo Jojo or whoever, and turn them into whatever I want. Like, and so in this instance, so you're going down all these tracks and you're trying to rescue the full size, full grown horses, except it's just you're getting new names for them. And Blossom's fine, like it's an okay horse, but I got to ride Glitter Girl.
Yeah,
I got like that Glitter Girl calls out to my very being. I want to let slip the bonds of gravity and then just fly from this surly earth on the back of Glitter Girl.
Like that would be a real, like, since this is in the PS2 era, that'd be a really amazing cheat if you got like a Pegasus cheat.
Flight mode.
Yeah, this game, that'd be really cool. But the game is too in love with like putting you on the ground.
Yeah.
So maybe they do have like very slightly different stats. Like maybe there's one with a hitbox that's just slightly smaller.
Yeah.
And that's the one to get.
There's one who likes oats more than carrots.
Yeah. Or the one that likes apples rather than just because the carrots only eat or the horses only eat carrots. Apples are just used for distracting skunks so they don't spray you.
Yeah, what's that about?
It's really weird. It's like Pokemon Snap. Yeah, but I'm not going to turn down an opportunity just to have Barbie stand there and get sprayed. I can tell you the exact moment I quit playing this game, and I wonder if it's the same moment you guys quit. Which is you're going through the first course. You get to the horse that is up on the ridge, and you go through the unending ladder animations that climb up and rescue that horse. And then I realized I'd have to do the whole thing to go down. There wasn't like a Dark Souls-esque like ladder to kick or something. And I was just like, nope. I don't want to wait through all that again. I feel like I get it. So which means I didn't play that much of it. I didn't play the requisite half hour, but it is a game for children. So I like to think I got it.
Yeah. How far did you get, Jenny?
I went all the way back. Yeah. I manually walked all the way back.
Down the cliff.
And then I think I customized my new horse a little bit. And then my PS3 started making a bad noise.
Okay. Was it the sound of the horse inside the PS3?
Yeah, it's the free horses. The free horse that you get with the game. It's like one of those tiny little dinosaurs.
Yeah, it births you. Just add gameplay and just like.
Oh god,
it's a good horse. It's a small horse. It's a medium horse. It's a big horse.
That's a cool horse. What a cool horse.
Clomp once for no.
Clomp 3 for kill me.
Stop clomping. You're squashing my internal organ.
No.
This is a studio apartment.
No.
I didn't even get that far. I played it for about 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the game was a real cock tease to me. These fucking horses. So I get up to the to the bridge that's out, right? And I'm like, okay, this is the only reason I've had a horse so far, right? Barbie herself with her knees tied together cannot jump over this. So I'm gonna Duke Boys Blossom over this small little gap, right? So I step back and I'm like, here we go, yippee-ki, and it crashes.
Oh.
It was like, like right as I was going into the animation, right as the, it was just going to go, nope, nothing. And then I restarted.
You didn't get to a skunk?
Nope.
Oh, no.
So you're talking about this skunk and I'm playing along. I'm playing it off legit. Like I know what's up and like, no, nothing.
Well, it's a lot like a skunk you may have seen on TV or in a cartoon. Except this one just like.
It's going after a cat that's been painted with a stripe.
Yeah, like it just, the anal sacs are getting expressed like a motherfucker. All over Barbie's pristine little perfect face. And
okay,
that's the only difference.
That sentence took a turn.
I feel like someone has latent anger issues.
No, I'm generally fine with Barbie, other than the damage that she does to little kids. Like that argument I will buy. They're like, oh, this is a weird beauty standard, and there was only a white Barbie for so long, and like all these things.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have any problem with Barbie or Barbie games. Like I like that there are like girl games. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And I'm in favor of it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think here. Like, what was there anything? So this game, it loads like a Sega Saturn game, is what it does.
That's true too. It does take a long time.
It makes the tutorials unbearable because even leaving a menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had to listen to Barbie talk about it.
No, true. Okay.
This is Jenny. You have a grand tradition, like a series of horse games. Yes, like you have several horse games.
Yeah. I for whatever reason just really enjoy bad horse games.
That's why this is the pilot episode for me, you, and Brayton's Talkin' Trotters.
Talkin' Trotters.
Talkin' Trotters episode 0. With Talkin' Trotters #1 coming to Duckfeed presents.
Special guest Cole.
At some point. With special guest Cole.
Yeah, with special guest Cole. I got a notification in my email that my copy of Pets Horses had shipped, and I was like, oh God, what have I done?
I'm going to have to actually talk them trotters.
I love getting those notifications, then just reaching back in my mind, wait a minute, when did I order this?
And I don't really drink. So this was always a sober decision.
It started out bad.
Yeah.
Talkin' Trotters is a straight edge podcast.
Oh, good.
So there's two things we're passionate about. Trotters.
Except for the episode where you talk about the apples that fell and fermented and the horse goes up and gets in and gets goofy.
Well,
there's no game based on that. You just failed your first test as a Talking Trotters guest.
Oh, okay. I'll mute my track now.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna bridle you up, boy. You're gonna get bridled.
Wait, no.
Like put a gown on him and.
Yep. If you fail the Talking Trotters test, you become a trotter.
That's horrifying.
Well, there's a deep mythology here, and
where do you think all the horses come from?
Oh God!
Where do you think horses go when they die? They get reincarnated into us against our wills. So
that's funny because I was thinking of randomizations. I thought of an egg, and I thought, well, how crazy would it be if Barbie had to help give a horse give birth? Except this time in this role, because they can't show a tiny little foal dropping out of the back end of a horse. What if there were eggs, but if she didn't use the obsidian knife to cut the egg sac after it cracked, then the horse would die inside and its spirit would possess a nearby horse and turn it into a nightmare.
That would be that would be weird.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
That's a really good mythology.
Yeah,
horse births are pretty gross. Like same thing with deer births and any of the long-legged friends.
Yeah, or like cow births where you have to like wrap a chain around them and bring around the Jeep.
Yank them out. Yeah. Like you're starting a lawnmower.
Pulling them out with a lawnmower. It's all good.
Yeah. I get the riding mower and tie it up to Bessie's back sack and.
But what do you do when the lawnmower has to give birth?
To a weed whacker?
Yeah. And that gives birth to a razor.
Yeah.
To an electric razor.
And that gives birth to a can opener.
Yeah. Just the circle of life.
It's Russian nesting blades.
Or my son or my grandson or my grandson or my grandson's grandson again.
I'm trying to think if I have any experience playing with Barbies. You always had the neighbors or the cousins who had Barbies, and I never had any myself. But the thing that sticks out of my mind is that I would take my GI Joes over, and because we were not a family of considerable means at the time, I didn't have the big GI Joes. I just had the ones that were about the size of a pencil.
Were the big GI Joes considered a mark of wealth? I always think of the big GI Joes as being worse.
Whosoever held the biggest Joe was the king of all he surveyed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I did not know those rules.
Yeah, no, but like
your kingdom.
But it's just like the tiny ones. The ones that are about like 6 inches tall. That were held together rubber bands.
Those are just like GI Joes.
Yeah. I think that it might also be a generational thing too. I think that
100% is. They used to be huge.
Yeah. But I remember taking those and I'm playing with my GI Joes, and here comes Barbie, and Barbie is a good 1.75x.
Hello,
so
Jones.
Yeah. Welcome to the Amazon Kingdom.
It's me, Mama Mammoth.
We need you to service the queen.
forget Cobra. It's me.
Oh, it's at eye level. That's good.
Bow before it.
But
It's not so different from your earth genitals.
please move the sardines aside.
My sardine curtains.
Ugh. Yep, found the line.
Too soon.
but I was. But I just thinking about that has to be that has to have awoken somebody's somebody's giantess fetish, right?
Oh yeah, no shit.
The relative sizes of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and there were Lady G.I. Joes, but it didn't help that they were like super rare. Like there's like 6 Lady G.I. Joes.
Yeah. And like some of them were just like dressed up like ninjas too, right? So
yeah, I think there is at least one lady ninja. Most of them were like clearly ladies, but there just weren't very many of them.
Yeah.
I remember playing G.I. Joes with the boy kids, and I never watched G.I. Joe, so it was like they were just telling me what to do. And there was another girl playing also, and they turned to her and said, okay, you can be Lady Jane or whoever her name is. And then they turned to me and said, you're a random cobra.
Aw.
And I was like, there's seriously one woman in this entire show?
Yeah, Lady J. Well, they didn't
Lady
own Starlight.
J. There we go.
Yeah.
I was about to say Lady Deathstrike, but I have no idea. Is that
That's an X-Men villain, my friend.
okay?
That lady hates Wolverine for his adamantium.
She covets it.
Don't recall.
The yeah, and then there's the Countess, which is the evil lady.
They
G.I.
didn't
Joe.
even get to be the evil lady. I don't know who
that
they
sucks.
had being the evil lady.
The evil lady in G.I. Joe looks like Janine Garofalo. It's kind of
Oh
great.
man, I could have done that.
I just put that together, but when I just pulled up the image in my head, it was just like Reality Bites Janine Garofalo, and I'm like, oh, that is kind of like the Countess.
Do you ever want to go back and do childhood again with your adult brain? Like on the one hand, that would be hell.
Yeah, it'd be like a time quake. Like,
Why can't I drive?
yeah, yeah. But on one hand, it would be kind of neat.
Yeah.
You know what though? What I would end up doing if I were that, I would end up like, here's a thought, right? Like, you know those weird kids that don't take their action figures out of their packages? Are they actually time traveling adults who are maintaining them for value because they went back in time?
Oh, it's their version
They
of the
must
sports
be.
almanac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just they're creating sports almanacs, and that's why they're such insufferable little weirdos.
Like if
We don't want
there's,
to play with toys.
but that doesn't make any sense because there were more than one of that kid, right? Like that is an archetype.
Yeah.
And so if this is a concerted movement, they would want as few people doing that as possible, because if you have a bunch of weird kids keeping their shit in the package, all of a sudden there's a glut of mint condition G.I. Joes.
I don't think it's like there's a conspiracy sending kids back. Like I just think
it's that they all had the same idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they all
Or
came
something-
by their time machines independently, and now they're mortal enemies.
Yeah, or like they
It's like
they-
Highlander, there can be only one.
like a horse was going to take over their body, but there was some kind of horse mistake, and then their souls got shunted back into their youth, so that, like the horse could control them now.
It's like a Chrono
I'm
Trigger.
at a horse mistake.
Yes. It's just a weird thought because the reason I thought that is, Jenny, when you said, if I can go back and do my childhood again, it would be so tempting to do that. Like I would keep my Nintendo box like in super mint condition and all of these things.
Oh,
And I would
man.
just end up acquiring so much shit that was in really good shape so I could sell it when I no longer cared about it. So
You're right. The Baroness does look a lot like Jenny Garofalo.
Yeah.
It's the glasses. It's the glasses and the hair swoops.
she does look like Jane
I gotta
Garofalo.
look at this.
I've had this Let's Play going in mute in the background, and the skunk is chasing Barbie, but I think Barbie's going to throw a fucking apple. Dislike. I'm leaving a dislike for this video. Bam, negative. There are 9 thumbs downs. You do not like that Barbie gets sprayed by a skunk.
So I just people are probably like banging on their steering wheels because we're not talking about the controversy over this game.
Oh, the
There's
Xbox thing?
controversy. over
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I use that word mildly, but the fact
Of course,
that
Americans were offended. So,
but I was trying to think of a funny thing for the organization of horses to be called, but the band of horses.
yeah.
There we go. The band of horses. Were,
How about KLOP?
and that stands for?
Gary,
As soon as you had it. Because K makes that hard.
Yes, it does.
Like C would be like citizens. Citizens, comma, lycanthrope.
Lycanthropic horses.
Lycanthropic, wow.
People who got horse bites and then
citizens of lycopene.
Lycopene because of the carrots.
Yeah.
Lycopene.
That's how they got lycanthropy. They ate too many carrots.
They tainted,
and now they're
horse carrots. If you eat one of the carrots they stuck up Mr. Ed's butt to make him talk, you turn into a horse.
They call that Ed's curse.
Yeah. What a terrible night to have a course.
To have a course.
Have a course.
Yes, in order to break the curse, you have to, as a horse, successfly run it in record time.
Yep. Wow. It just gets harder and harder. It's like the cycle.
But no, Microsoft, when they were kind of like drip feeding backward compatible games onto the Xbox 360, there were a lot of people who wanted stuff like Psychonauts or whatever else people wanted to play on their Xbox to be playable on the 360. But before any of these other ones got on there, Barbie Horse Adventures Wild Horse Rescue, and again, I can't emphasize enough, these are not wild horses. These are just horses that escaped and were not dumb enough to kill themselves by running into a rock.
We're smart enough to kill themselves, get reincarnated into that lady who runs the horses.
Yep. Oh, her name is Mrs. I have a note here. Mrs. Hepburn.
Yes.
That's it.
Her neck looks like, this is a deep pull, but in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen comic, the Mina Harker has marks on her neck like that are from Dracula, because in those books, like Dracula eats like one of those bats that like chews up skin like hamburger and just lets blood seep to the surface.
Oh.
There are bats that do that. And that's how Dracula eats in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's what Mina Harker has on her neck. So when I first saw that, I was like, oh shit.
Again, lending to the survival horror theory.
So these horses are not only werewolves, they're also Draculas.
Mm-hmm.
They're also vampire bats.
Wow.
Yep, they just sprout wings. Oh gosh, like an evil Pegasus.
Yeah.
Yeah, except it's just like bone wings.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. No, but people got upset that Wild Horse Adventure landed on their system before anything, Sneakers did or whatever. Yeah.
Understandably.
Yeah, but this is great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great. It's pretty bad, but it is like I had a reasonable amount of fun just kind of walking around seeing the weird shit. So
yeah, if I hadn't had so much trouble with the twin sticks, I might have enjoyed running around collecting shiny things in the environment.
Yeah, building friendship, building lasting trust in your horse companion,
and then spending that on something. I think. What was that friendship meter for? What
your
what
horse?
Was that?
If it gets down to the bottom, your horse breaks up with you.
Oh god!
So you have to keep it up at the top, but you can recharge it whenever you want just by patting the horse. It's free to recharge it.
Or such a good horse.
It breaks up with you. It bucks you off, and then you then go kicks all your shit out of your apartment window.
It's called a horse divorce. It is.
It's a horse divorce.
Yeah, you get a horse divorce. not to be confused with the horse hors d'oeuvres that they serve. It's just chunks of horse that they serve at my parties.
Or horse diverse, which is
an initiative to have more black stallions on the workforce.
Yeah, their logo. It is it's a horseshoe, but it's rainbow colored.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah,
thanks, horse diverse.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see the Janine Garofalo thing, but I think if you put a pair of silver hoop earrings on this first image of the Baroness that comes up on Google, you've got Anita Sarkeesian.
Oh, don't let that escape. Don't post that on a message board. That's fuel for the fire right there. But yeah, no, I mean, you're right. Like it is I could see it too. I'm just surprised that nobody else has seen it and done something stupid with it.
Yeah.
Because they would.
Just cut the Baroness into that scene in Dogma.
I feel like since we've already had you on for Talking Trotters episode -1, talking about Horse Island, Pony Island, or Horse Island, the land of secret horses. Did we talk about during that episode, like, as much I'm not like I'm not a horse guy, Like I like horses, but I'm not like, whoa, horses.
Mhm.
But the every time you're around a horse, like it happens with the kind of frequency that it is always kind of special, you know? Like just like, oh, this is hey, here's a horse. Whoa. Let's respect this gigantic, weird, like beautiful beast. And then you can mark your life, like divide it up into like sections that are like horse years.
Pre-horse and post-horse.
Well, like multiple post horses though. So like this stretch of 3 years between when I see a horse is like horse year 7.
Mm.
And then eventually it becomes horse year 8 when I see another horse.
So you don't even see a horse for 3 years? Because I have horses on my drive to work.
Oh yeah, I don't as a West Coast boy.
Okay. There aren't just horses running around Portland all the time?
No.
Yes. Nope. you can't carry a horse over the Rockies. Even if you try and fly them, they just disintegrate.
Yep.
Oh no. It's like those force fields from Portal games.
It's a horse field.
It's a horse field. That's what God, what is it called? Those trails, those vapor trails that people think.
Oh, chemtrails.
Chemtrails.
Yeah, chemtrails are just grown up horses.
Yep. It's just horses that have been tried to flown over state borders. Because horses are a state right issue.
Yeah. I agree. It's like Confederate currency.
Yeah.
I've only ever sat on one horse, and it seemed like it was not super into me, and then it pooped.
That's a good. That's a message.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, I don't think horses like me. Oh well.
Wait, it didn't necessarily have to be like representative of like. It didn't have to be like Prince Hoof of like the Horse Kingdom or something.
I think that horse spoke for all horses when it pooped.
It really could have.
Prince Hoof of Trottington.
Yes. Man, in this Let's Play, Barbie just opened up a treasure chest that had like 10 carrots and she just ate them all herself.
Oh my god.
What are you doing, Barbie?
Those aren't for
They're good
you.
for your eyes.
Vitamin A overdoses cause your eyes to turn blue.
Oh, to turn my skin orange.
I thought that was the spice.
Well, I mean, carrots are spicy.
Yeah, carrot spice and like tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, seeing a horse is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, when I grew up, my grandparents, their side job was during like fair months. They would go and cater at a local kind of like not like a North Central Ohio horse race track. Like anytime they had a horse racing event, they would go and set up trailers and stuff like that, and just help cook for the horse people. And I was roped into that, so I was around a lot of horses when I was young. But horse people were crazy. I could tell that even at a young age that people for whom horse was their stock and trade, that it was a fundamental shift in priorities that I could not get on board with.
Yeah, it is people who are close to horses. Like it is. I think they're strange as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
But they see us as unenlightened. Go ahead, Jenny.
Oh, I think. Any animal, if you start to become more invested in that animal than in human beings, some weird stuff happens. Yeah.
I think like bird people, like people who have like own like tons of birds.
Oh yeah.
Kind of weird too. Yeah.
Yeah. I worked for a lady who had 60 cats.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. In this like spare house that she had just for cats. And
I mean that's not pet ownership. That's like a body disposal plan.
Well, it's she took really good care of the cats. The rest of the house where the people were supposed to exist just kind of went to shit. Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Huh. Well, yeah, that's a sad note. But I mean, I've thought about that before too. Like if I were ever like, let's say that things get bad enough for me that I'm going to murder myself. Rather than murder myself, I would sell everything I own, go to like Cat Island or like one of those Italian cities where cats have just taken over a church, and like just like put all my money into cat food and live in a shack and just feed cats, and eat like a meager diet and just have that be the end of my days.
I thought you were gonna say like go out there and just lie on the ground and wait for the cats to come and eat you.
I'm really scared of being eaten by my cat. Like this is like a genuine emotional, like, I mean, I get it. And it's fine. Gary doesn't live here anymore. But like the fact that like Wars is going to have to be forced to make that choice makes me very sad.
Yeah.
You know,
Guys, we just keep going down.
Yes,
Pull up,
right.
pull up.
That's what happens when you spend this much time down in the pens, down in the horse trough.
Uh-huh.
Horses are depressive creatures.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nothing can quite match the ecstasy.
It is the ecstasy of a horse. Horses are high highs and low lows. Like it is because we get the high highs, which is riding on a pony and going across Hyrule Field, and then we get the that horse from Neverending Story.
Artax!
Yeah. Why bother? Then we get that guy.
Ah.
Okay, I have a too much information story about Artax. But one time I was having sex with the Neverending Story on in the background.
Okay.
And we both happened to look up during the scene where Artax is sinking into the swamps of sadness. And that just killed the mood.
Yeah. Was this the first time you'd seen this movie?
No, fortunately.
If it had been the first time, that would have been amazing. Like, what is this movie? this lovingly shot horse drowning movie.
That almost made it worse because we both had context already, so we just needed to see like the shot of Atreyu with the mud on his face and the looking all sad and yelling.
I can't remember if I told this on air, and there's been enough distance from it. But I was dating a girl a few months ago, and she came over and we were watching The Thing on Fireside Chat, and just started making out during the thing. And then like every time we looked up, it was just the worst fucking shit. And it's like, it didn't stop me, but like it was like it didn't. It did its best to kill the mood, but it was not quite strong enough. But that is also it's not sad. But it is uniquely gross to like just look up and just see, Wilford Brimley's Shoggoth form crawling across the ice.
Just point down, hey, look, twins.
That's somebody's fetish.
Wilford
Brimley's Shoggoth form?
Yeah.
I have a similar story. It was Jacob's ladder during high school. Wasn't an issue.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's an amazing amount of things that I will like touch a boob during. Like it is not it is hard to well, that's boy. I just want to say it's hard to stop me. It's very easy to stop me. It's actually the easiest thing in the world. It's very hard for a movie to do so. I'm glad I caught that before. Like I just went where I was going initially.
Whew.
Yeah, oh boy. Very easy.
Anyway.
Consent is sex, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary peoples.
It's true. We went on a lot of grand adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
We had the horse adventure on this. I kind of wish one of us had played the Game Boy Advance version.
Oh man.
Because that would be the version that is just like an intolerable side scroller, probably.
Or what if it's like a Daikatana situation and the Game Boy version is actually really good?
That'd be crazy. I'd be surprised.
if it's like a Mario Tennis RPG kind of thing.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I just went to topbarbiegames.com to see the best games about Barbie, and here's Barbie breastfeeding. I feel like this probably isn't legit. That's number one in the new games. Barbie breastfeeding. Is that a licensed
Barbie thing?
Somehow I think not. And when I click on it, it wants me to like Top Barbie Games on Facebook.
No.
Barbie hand surgery.
1 second here.
Oh man, this website, guys. It sucks that we're this late in the episode because this is pretty good. Barbie oversized tops. Barbie go-to party.
Something tells me somebody
messy pregnant Barbie. No. No.
Oh wait, no. Okay, so this guy here, Sam Bear, recommended some games for PC, including Pregnant Minion Girl and Pregnant Rapunzel Neck Surgery.
I like how neck surgery just like there's like some Dark Souls-esque like environmental storytelling there. Like, I understand why that could come across, but then the pregnant part, well, man, I guess it does. That tells a complete story.
Yep.
Like somebody climbed up. That's a sad short story. That's short. Yeah. That's shorter than Baby Shoes Never Worn.
How did she get pregnant?
Somebody climbed up Rapunzel's hair. Got her broke her neck.
I hope it was a doctor.
Convenient. You should always get pregnant by a doctor because then they can get you out of trouble as well as you get you in trouble.
Yeah, there you go.
Gary, you fucking broke me. Oh God. Yeah. Apparently there is a whole subgenre of bootleg children's mascot surgery stuff.
Oh man.
Weird.
Anywho. Well, we have to end this episode, sadly. Yeah, we could just keep going.
I think I might die.
Yes. Jenny, thank you. Thank you for suggesting this. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate it.
I had a really good time doing whatever the hell this was.
Where can people find you if they want to seek you out?
I am at Liker Shampoo on Twitter. My podcast that I'm actually currently recording is Clash of the Type-Ins at rcveter.net/clash.
I'll put a link in there.
Say what the premise of that podcast is because it's cool.
Oh, that is so my buddy Ryan, who is a prolific interactive fiction author, and I have other interactive fiction authors on the podcast to play their games with them over Skype. Like Ryan and I say commands and they type them in and tell us what happens. And it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot like those Parsley games things where you do the interactive fiction just to people, like you say the things out loud. It's super cool.
Yeah.
So great work.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It comes through. Yeah. And if you like the show, you can rate and review it on iTunes. You can tell your friends about it on Twitter or Facebook. What else can they do, Paul?
They can go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv and kick us a couple of bucks a month. If you like this show, I would recommend a new show on the network that was made possible by those Patreon dollars, which is Monster in My Podcast.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
Thank you very much. That is a super short review, like entry by entry. I don't know, not examination. I don't even know what you call it. Reaction to the second edition D&D Monstrous Manual, with future Monstrous Manuals to come. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Want to make a real quick note. Friend of the show, Sean Franson. His wife has a GoFundMe running right now. Do you mind if I mention that on the show, Cole? I didn't clear this with you ahead of time.
Go for it.
She's looking to raise some money for some medical stuff she has to have done. So if you go to GoFundMe.com/239N4QS. So I know that's not the easiest thing. So again, just GoFundMe.com 239N4QS. Go there and help her out. We've met Gail before. She's come out to our carry at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo thing. She's been at those things and she's great. Yeah. And could use some help. So if you have a little bit of money to throw her way, that'd be awesome.
I'll put that in the show notes as well.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's everything.
Yeah. So what who is there's nothing that rhymes with
what is Zoo Chase?
There we go. What is Zoo Chase? That's not bad.
Who is Zoo Chase? Hey.
They pay me in discarded animals, but I took care of all them shits.